All right, so here we are again. Glad to be with you. How you doing today? All right, so if you look here, we got a Hall of Famer. Now I'm a big sports fan, and I haven't enjoyed his Hall of Fame career, but that's Harry Potter right there. I bought some stuff. I really grabbed some really cool stuff, but that's Potter. And Potter's a Hall of Famer. I mean, his numbers are just through the roof. But yeah, we got him. We got him in the house here. So I told you I had to take a few days away. Bought some stuff, and I bought a few things that were just jackpot. I want to show you what I got. What's on here? Super neat, unbelievable. All right. So I'm going to show you this from the outside. Now, if you look at the way that I've designed things and build things, the colors, this is different than anything I've made. Okay. So I went on Facebook Marketplace and I saw that somebody was selling their Thor kit or set. So I looked at it and I was thinking to myself, okay, it's got all this stuff in here, books and shelving and a green couch, and it had a few pizza boxes. I'm thinking, I got to have that. And then this guy here with the video game controller in his hand. I put a TV up there. We got to get some video game going there. Anyways, if you look right there where that flat panel piece ends over to here. So I go there to buy it and he hands me that. Just the piece in the corner, already built, complete, all the completely built around like this. So I took it. I got to be honest, when he handed it to me, I was like, well, I expected kind of something bigger than this, So I bring it here and I set it down and I'm like, I'll be damned. I bet that would just fit right on the corner of the second floor. You remember we got our dude down here chilling in the couch down here, homie down here. He's got a girl in here with him now. I think they're eating some pizza now. So they're cool, chilling, and I thought about that space right there and I'm like, huh. And I did. I took the panel, the strip pieces they had crossing it on the bottom, took those off, set it straight down, and pushed it in, and I'll be damned. It fit perfect. There's a door there, but I don't know. I got a number of options I can go with on that. And then they got a little window right here, but you can see the way it's built. I mean, it's just not how I build stuff, And I couldn't believe it. I think it's so cool. I've talked about buying sets and fitting them into here. I'm trying to make the outside look like that one set I showed you, but I just dropped it right in. I did put a floor in. Before they had the knob sticking up. You can see a knob right there. I don't like that. This look right here with these knobs, I don't like that. I've seen where some builds are like that. I don't like it, I like to have everything covered up. So I did put a complete floor in there, got that taken care of. And I told you I was like, totally out of flooring. I was able to get some flooring, so I'm back in good shape a little bit. So anyways, beyond that, I had spoken to one woman who had a bunch of friend stuff she wanted to sell, but she had been out of town, so I couldn't quite get there, or I couldn't meet up with her yet. So I finally met up with her this weekend. She sold me a box. I couldn't believe it. Like every time I put my hand in the box, I got another Friends character out of it. I got a bunch of Friends characters now. I even got a guy. So you can see, look at her. She's got the club in her hand. She's ready. I don't know what she's doing. But here's what I wanted to show you. One thing is you can see I extended up. The blue turned into the gray there. You can see the transition up to gray. So the blue and the gray are finally together. And then the yellow going up the side. So definitely give me a comment on what you think about how that looks. You like it. And then I found this green panel here. You can see the bottom was, I believe it's dark gray. This one is green, so I suppose if I look really hard, I could find more of them. I don't know if I like the green. But with the yellow, it kind of looks okay, So, and then as part of doing that, actually, let me show you this here. So you can see the gray is up above on that, and then I extended the deck up to the second level there. One of the General Jim's models, I got the cross for the railroad. I got all these spindles I need in there, so that's fantastic, I love that. When I don't have to buy something, it's just great. I know most of this I showed you already here. I actually finished the floor. So the floor is completely done in here. And then I got enough of this flooring to do some more. I think I'm going to do something upstairs with it. I got the elevator built up quite a bit. I wanted to see how it looked next to this. And I don't really want to change the inside of the... So this is Thor, you know, the guy with the hammer. The guy who played him, he actually played Captain Kirk's father in the Star Trek movie. So Chris something is his name. So I like that guy, but that's Thor. I don't know if you're a fan of Marvel or whatever, you might know who this guy playing the video game that's with them is. I don't have any idea who he is. You can see they got some girls over. We got a lot of girls over now after my haul this weekend for sure. It's all right though. I lived with 4 females for 20 years, so I guess I'm just used to it. There's a girl on a skateboard. You can see there's girls everywhere now. Going through. There's some blockheads in there. So then on this side, I went up to the second floor. And what I wanted to show you was I filled in more of the floor. So this part here is done. I still think that I want to put carpet in the bedrooms. So I haven't covered that part of the floor. But I did cover this part of the floor. So that's all joist in, and you can see there's flooring on here. Down here, that's the kitchen and the dining room. So it would be the same thing up on the next level. So this would be, right here on the second level is where the counter and the kitchen will be. And then there'll be another dinette right here. And then what I did was I took... just to see what it would look like, I put that white piece of fence in there. But since it's not a ranch or a rodeo, I ended up actually going with this, more of that black I showed you. And then I used that medium nougat tile on top of it. And then going into the green, really like the way that looks. And then I believe it was one of the Friends models I got, or kits, excuse me. But this came with it. So I actually used that. You can see the leaves hanging over the edge right there. And then the branch, I guess we'll call it. And then there's a little leaf sprouting on the top. So I think that looks really cool, the way that is. You can see looking into the window, this area is going to stay open all the way through. I actually talked to my cousin about all of this over the weekend and showed her the videos. So you can see down there the opening for the center elevator. On this level, I'm going to have to put the opening, see those holes right there? That's where the floor is going to go across, and they're going to connect into those holes right there. So that's going to be covered over. That's why that's flat tiled on top. So once that's covered over, what I'm going to do is put the elevator opening on this side, because this is going to be open. There won't be a place to stand to go in or out of the elevator. I didn't realize that until after I started. So once this is built and the floor is connected to it, the elevator is going to have to open into this room. And if you remember down here, what do we got? Oh, this is the hallway that goes into the bedrooms. Wonderful. So this actually opens up into the bedroom downstairs. So it's just going to make the bedroom even smaller. You know, if you look, you can see the bedrooms down there, the orange. And then you can see the bed and the stand, the kids on the couch down there. So that's going to make this bedroom like even smaller, because you can't have people come into the bedroom. And then I have the bathroom right there. So this is not convenient for me at all. So, but I definitely want to keep the center open. I don't want to enclose that. So, but that's, you know, again, no manual. You know, you got to figure all this out. So yeah, so that's what we got on that. And then let me see if there's anything else here I want to show you before we call it a day on this. So in the inside here, I have blue tile, and I mixed that together. Now, you know, again, if you got constructive comments that you can give, do you like the way that blue wall looks with the different colors in it? If you look, I wasn't so sure if I liked it or not. So on this one, I made all that pink, that color. And then like almost like an accent wall, I put that darker pink on one wall. So I kind of, do you like it better with pieces mixed together? Or do you like it better with like just all one color like that? So let me know what you think about that, because I can even block this into different areas. I'm a painter. I can figure anything out with that. But I did put a wall up in the inside up here. It's interesting that the second floor is already taking shape, you know. And then, like I said, this whole Thor thing, putting that in, really just thought that was such a cool opportunity to do that. And when I set it down and it fit in there, it was like, whoa, like, wow, you know. So that's really cool. And it's kind of like taking a piece of somebody else's, some father and son, and the guy actually had a Lego tag on his car, believe it or not. But, you know, to take something that they built and make it part of the skyscraper, you know, this was maybe on this kid's shelf in his bedroom, and now it's going to be on the fifth floor, on the second floor of the apartments of the skyscraper, you know. So it's super cool, you know, and get to carry it on like it is. So just neat stuff like that, you know, a little sentimental, you know. And you can see the friend girls. I mean, they are everywhere now. I can swap them around and take different people from around. I bought this, the minifigures you buy. Why can't they just put regular minifigures in there? I mean, the kid's wearing a wolf costume. I just want him to chill, you know, just walk around normal. At some point, I'll get a wig or something and change it up. But like, I bought that and I got that one. I bought another one, and it's just weird. Like, they're not just normal, you know. And let's just get some normal stuff going. Oh, you know, there was one I wanted to show you. Let me see if I can find it. Actually, is it in here somewhere? Yeah, I see. Dude's got the girls over. Good for him. Good for him. You know. And so we got this going on. Look at that. She's got a broom in her hand. She's got that hat on too. You know. And so one of the kits, the one I bought, where I just kept. There he is. So that's a friend. He's a dude. Like that's like the first dude I've seen. I saw that they had one, but I never really I didn't get it before. I didn't even know that it was real. I thought it might be just a rumor. Let me see if I can. Oh, this is terrible. Sorry about that. There he is. So that's that dude. That's the boyfriend. How you like that? The boyfriend, and there's like 15 or 20 girls. Good luck. Good for him. You know, that's a good racket. So. And then here's this guy again, you know. I'm going to keep him around until we get to some ending or whatever. So, but that's where we got, you know, like I said, you know, you build it as you go, taking a look at things, seeing how things go. So now we get to see how the elevator shaft's going up. You can see the exterior starting to cover the inside of this side. And then if I decide that this yellow is the way to go, then this will pretty much take care of itself over here, you know, because we already got the structure built and everything. And then I do truly believe that I'm going to get carpet, some kind of carpet to put in there and carpet to put in there. And then I actually believe that the carpet that I put in there, I'd like to carpet this area from those tiles over to those tiles, the center section here. I'm going to make a video and call it, what is it, breaking the Lego rules? Like, I guarantee you that's breaking the Lego rules. But we got to get some carpet in there. That's just how I roll, you know. So until we get that carpet, we can't put a ceiling, because it'll be too hard to put it in there. Once you put a ceiling on it, there's no way. I got to take a look here. Is that? Oh, I thought that might be Pikachu in there, you know. I didn't. Oh, yeah, you know, I almost got, I told you we had Harry Potter, the Hall of Famer, you know. I almost had Naruto. If you know who Naruto is, I watched that with my daughter, a lot of it, you know, and she loved Naruto, you know. I like the guy with the eyes, you know. But I almost had Naruto. I thought I had him, but I was close, but I couldn't finish the deal. But so anyways, those are some of the things we're working on here. I got to get that carpet. I didn't have a chance to go to Home Depot. I ended up in a weird spot. Believe it or not, I can just buy like a square foot of it, and I'll have 10,000 times more than I need to do the little bits of this that I need to do. So and I'm going to get some really, really thin stuff, because I think it'll be, like the carpet, I have Berber in my foyer. I think it'll be too thick, just the carpet itself, to put in here, because I have some extra of it. I might take a look, but it shreds too, because it's so plush. But so then, like I said, I got to finish. Obviously, as always, finish with the elevator, but build the wall around it. And then we got to build these walls so that we can connect. And as I mentioned, if you see it and you got a take on the yellow on the side, let me know. And that's that, you know. And then The other thing too is the tree there growing over the edge with the black railing and the nougat top. Love it. I think that looks so cool. And it's just interesting, you know. I might make another video. I bought my Lego Hitman. He came up with some more Lego, you know, and I got a bunch of it. So I might make a video and show you what I got. But, you know, you buy all this stuff, you know, you just stick your hand in a box and you pull things out. And I pulled out those leaves, and right away I kind of had an idea what it could be. And then I eventually got the root part of it there, and I was looking at it and I was like, man, this could be really nice. So hopefully I can find something to connect to the bottom of it and then have a tree. I did a customer's house where they had a rubber tree. The thing grew like up the wall and completely covered the ceiling and everything. It was really cute. I felt bad having to tear it all down because I had to paint, but I like the way that looks. I'd like to be able to extend it, make it nicer, and even put some flowers on it. That'd be super cute. So, but that's what we got for you. We're building, you know, we're going to make it bigger, better, and figure out the answers to some of these things. You know, I will say again, that elevator situation, having it open up into the bedroom, that's not going to be very helpful for me. So I got to figure something out. Maybe, I don't know. I'll have to figure something. What I might have to do actually is put the hallway on the inside. So down here, we got the hallway on the outside. I might have to move it to the inside so that you can get off the elevator and go the hallway this way, and then you go into the room that way, so we can still make the room bigger, still have a bathroom. You got to have a bathroom on each floor, obviously. Should have two of them really, and then have another room. So I actually see, that's what I'm saying, you know, as you move along and you look at it, that's why you got to build this stuff. Sometimes even when you don't know what you're going to do with it, you know, because now that you look at it, like, okay, this is how we'll make it work, you know, and then eventually we'll be able to extend that railing over once we build the floor. This wall, actually, this floor, it actually changes. So you can see the black bricks in, the white bricks out, and then this brown brick, I guess it will be kind of level with that there, you know. So, but I'd like to get that on there, you know, so we can start building the second floor. But like I said, it'll be almost impossible to put carpet in there once that ceiling's on top of it. And then I'd have to take it all apart again. Don't necessarily want to do that. So Thor, you know, my boy here now. Oh, check this out. I kept this. This part of the wall here, you know, I love my profile bricks. So I built this wall to kind of connect to it. And I put the gray on the top there to connect to those. But you can see my red and nougat bricks in the corner there. But if you look, you can see it says New Asgard. That's Thor, you know. And I got his hammer actually somewhere. I got to dig it up. I saw it and I didn't realize it was what it was. But you can see he's got a lot of pizza too, you know. The kid likes to eat his pizza, you know. And then actually, there's like a wine bib. See that? The barrel and the bib, you know. And then you got your glass. So Thor, you know, if I remember correctly, you know, he likes to get loose, you know. But he's got that weird brother of his, you know. So, but anyways, man, this is super cool. Super cool. And so I'll give her a spin. Listen, as always, if you watch these videos, thank you so much. Maybe keep an eye out. I might have another video, but glad to get back in with you and show you what we've been able to get done. Tell me if you got any comments. God bless you. God bless America.